Vietnam, the land beyond the clouds. In 2025, as the global tourism industry reshapes itself, one country quietly makes history. 22 million international visitors set out to witness this dragon of Southeast Asia, Vietnam. Home to 102 million people, stretching 1,650 kilometers from north to south, where 54 ethnic groups live side by side in a single, vibrant nation. Today, Vietnam stands among the most exciting destinations on Earth, the rising tiger of Asia. The world's largest cashew producer, the world's second largest coffee producer, an economy growing at record speed, with 70% of its population under the age of 35. Vietnam protects its traditions while fearlessly embracing the future. Here, street food earns Michelin stars, while tech startups born in its alleyways catch the attention of Silicon Valley. Today, we explore this extraordinary country together. Prepare your coffee, because our journey to Vietnam begins now. Hanoi. The capital of Vietnam since 1010, this city is home to 8 million people. But numbers aren't enough to describe Hanoi. The city was built on the Red River Delta. Its name means city within the river. Today, with its 36 streets on the UNESCO World Heritage List, more than 600 temples and pagodas, Hanoi forms the cultural heart of Vietnam. The Old Quarter. Every street has a centuries-old story. Hang Bak, Silver Street. Hang Ma, Paper Street. Hang Gai, Silk Street. These traditional craft streets established in the 11th century are still vibrant today. Vietnam is the world's second largest coffee producer, but the Vietnamese learned how to drink coffee from the French and made it their own. Café Sua Da, strong brewed coffee, sweet condensed milk, and ice. An experience that should be consumed while sitting on a plastic stool. Train Street, one of Hanoi's most Instagram-worthy places, but also a place where real life continues. Several times a day, the train passes, just a few meters away. Cafe owners collect the tables. Street vendors step aside. The train passes. Life goes on. Hoan Kiem Lake, the Lake of the Returned Sword. In the 15th century, according to legend, King Lê Loi found a magical sword here and defeated the Chinese. After victory, a giant turtle took the sword back. Is it true? It doesn't matter, because in 2011, a rare giant turtle really did live in this lake, and when it died, the whole city mourned. But to truly understand Hanoi, you need to dive into street food. In 2016, former U.S. President Barack Obama ate at a Bun Cha restaurant, sitting on a plastic stool. The restaurant was forever recorded in history books. But the truth is, you can find food this good on every corner of Hanoi. And the bill? Between $2 and $5. Halong Bay, World Heritage. Located in the heart of Vietnam, this extraordinary bay is not just a landscape, but an experience that slows time and reconnects you with the rhythm of nature. Here, Every boat journey feels like a gateway to the world's very first days. The bay's biodiversity is incredible. More than 200 fish species, 450 mollusk species. Some species live only here, found nowhere else in the world. Every year, 6 million tourists visit Halong Bay. The Vietnamese government aims to increase this number to 8 million by 2030. But at the same time, strict rules are being introduced to protect the bay. Single-use plastic has been banned, the number of boats limited, environmental protection projects launched. But Halong is not just a tourist spot. 1,600 people live on these islands in floating villages. They fish, grow oysters, produce pearls. Some families have been living here for generations in the same floating house. Fansipan, the roof of Indochina. Fansipan Mountain. At 3,143 meters high, it's Vietnam's highest point, known as the roof of Indochina. Until 2016, reaching the summit required a 2-day difficult climb. Now, there's the world's longest cable car line, 6,292 meters. You reach the summit in 15 minutes. At the summit, there's a modern Buddhist temple complex. A controversial project. Some say the traditional mountain experience has been ruined. Others praise it for accessibility. But whatever the debate, the view is breathtaking. On clear days, you can see the Chinese border. Da Nang, the rising star. Vietnam's fourth largest city, with a population of 1.2 million. But numbers aren't enough to tell Da Nang's story. In 2000, it had only 500,000 people. In the last 20 years, the city has doubled, its economy tripled. Forbes magazine selected Da Nang as one of Asia's most livable cities. Mai Kay Beach was selected by Forbes as one of the world's 6 most beautiful beaches. 30 kilometers long, white sand, turquoise water. American soldiers called it China Beach during the Vietnam War. Today, it's a surfing enthusiast's favorite. The waves are perfect. Water temperature ranges between 25-28 degrees year-round. Dragon Bridge, Khao Rong. Opened in 2013, 666 meters long, crossing the Han River. But it's not an ordinary bridge. Designed in the shape of a dragon, it has 2,500 LED lights, changes color every evening, and its most special feature: every weekend at 9 p.m., the dragon breathes fire. Really, fire and water come out of its mouth. Thousands of people gather to watch. Da Nang is a young city. 60% of the population is under 35. Technology companies are investing here. Startups are opening. Digital nomads are settling. The city is making major investments to become a smart city. Wi-Fi infrastructure, electronic administration, environmental technologies. Da Nang isn't a place you leave behind. It's a feeling that follows you home.
Bana Hills, fantasy above the clouds.
And now we come to Vietnam's most extraordinary destination, Bana Hills. In 1919, during the French colonial period, the French established a resort here at 1,500 meters high to escape the heat of Saigon and Da Nang. The village was eventually abandoned, became ruins in the 1940s. In the 2000s, Sun Group Company bought it and started an incredible project. First, they built the cable car system. This isn't just a cable car, it's the world's longest continuous cable car line. (5,801 meters long, rising 1,292 meters. It entered the Guinness Book of Records. Opened in 2013. The cable car journey takes 20 minutes. Below, you see tropical forests, waterfalls. You rise, and suddenly you're in the clouds. Visibility drops to 0. Then you emerge from the clouds, and an incredible view appears before you. Bana Hills. Is it a theme park, a historical place, or a work of art? All of them. The complex is designed like a medieval European city, buildings imitating French architecture, cathedrals, squares. But these aren't replicas, they're original designs. 5 million visitors come here every year. And there it is, Golden Bridge. When it opened in 2018, it swept social media. Millions of photos were shared. Time magazine put it on its world's greatest 100 places list. 2 giant stone hands hold the bridge in the clouds, 150 meters long, 1,400 meters above sea level. The hands look weathered, but they're actually brand new. This effect is intentional. The hands represent the concept of God's hands, lifting the mountains. Designed by Vietnamese architect Phu Quoc. Construction took 1 year. Walking on the bridge is a surreal experience. Mountains on one side, clouds on the other. The wind blows, clouds move. Sometimes the clouds are so thick you can't even see the hands. Then it suddenly clears, and you face a 1,500-meter abyss. Inside Bana Hills is everything. 5-star hotel, restaurants, cafes, shops. Fantasy park, 3-story entertainment center, wax museum, alpine coaster, free fall tower. De wine cellars, real cellars, built by the French in 1923, containing 300 varieties of wine. Ling Ung Pagoda, 27-meter-high white Buddha statue. At night, Bana Hills becomes a different place. Thousands of LED lights, laser shows, music. Temperature drops to 15-17 degrees at night. Below, Da Nang is 30 degrees. Here, the air has cooled. The French didn't choose this place for nothing. Bana Hills is a controversial project. Environmentalists say natural habitat has been destroyed, cultural experts claim Disney-style development damages Vietnam's authenticity. But economists disagree. The project brings jobs, income, and promotion to the region. The Vietnamese government plans to transform Bana Hills into a sustainable tourism model by 2025. Hoi An, the Lantern City. Hoi An, perhaps the most photographed city in all of Vietnam. Every evening, thousands of colorful lanterns shine. Yellow painted buildings, narrow streets, lights reflecting in the river. But Hoi An isn't just a beautiful picture. This is a 2,000-year-old port city, an important stop on the Maritime Silk Road, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Between the 15th and 19th centuries, Hoi An was one of Southeast Asia's most important trading ports. Chinese, Japanese, Dutch, Portuguese merchants came here. Silk, porcelain, spices, precious metals changed hands. The city grew rich, expanded, beautified. Japanese Bridge, Chua Cao, built by the Japanese community in 1593. The bridge is also a temple.
The bridge is Hoi An's symbol. Its image appears on Vietnam's 20,000 dong banknote. Hoi An lanterns are famous. Every color, every shape, every size. Traditionally made from silk and bamboo sticks. Today, masters work in workshops, producing hundreds of lanterns daily. And on the 14th day of every month, full moon, the city turns off electric lights. Only lanterns are lit. Lantern Festival. Thousands of people fill the streets, release wish lanterns on the river. As night falls, the shimmering glow of floating candles and lanterns on the river, combined with the red lanterns hanging from yellow shuttered buildings, creates a magical scene. Best experienced away from the crowds, from the deck of a quiet boat.
Hoi An is also a tailor's paradise. There are more than 400 tailor shops in the city. They can make custom suits, dresses, shoes for you within 24 hours. That's why celebrities, diplomats, business people from around the world come here. Hoi An Old Town is 4 kilometers inland from the coast, but An Bang and Kua Dai beaches are very close. White sand, calm waves. Every evening, fishermen return with their boats, bringing fresh seafood. You can eat fish caught that night in beach restaurants. Just outside Hoi An, in Kam Than village, the coconut basket boat experience, rooted in centuries-old fishing traditions of the coconut forest, offers one of the most fascinating moments of the journey. Once used by local fishermen to navigate shallow waters and avoid colonial taxes, these round bamboo boats have become a symbol of resilience and ingenuity. As you glide through palm-lined canals, you can't help but admire nature once again.
Ho Chi Minh, Saigon's transformation. Ho Chi Minh City. It has an official population of 9 million, but in reality, 13 million people live here. Vietnam's economic capital, cultural melting pot, symbol of its future. But the elderly still say Saigon. The name changed, but the spirit remained the same. Landmark 81, 461 meters high, Southeast Asia's tallest building, the world's 15th tallest building, opened in 2018. Upper floors have luxury residences, shopping mall, hotel, observation deck. Looking at the city from the 79th floor, you see Vietnam's transformation. Colonial buildings on one side, modern skyscrapers on the other. Nguyen Hue Street, the city's heart. Closed to vehicle traffic in 2015, made into a pedestrian street.
Every evening, thousands of people are here. Families, couples, friends, street artists, musicians, performance artists. Ho Chi Minh statue at the head of the street, looking at the city. French colonial traces are still strong. Notre Dame Cathedral, built in 1880. Its bricks brought from Marseille. Central Post Office, designed by Gustave Eiffel. Yes, the same Eiffel. The interior is magnificent. High ceilings, iron frames, large Ho Chi Minh portrait. Still a working post office, tourists come here to send postcards. Ben Tom Market, here since 1912. Inside is everything. Food, fruit, clothing, jewelry, souvenirs. Bargaining culture is alive, but not aggressive. Vendors are friendly, humorous. Outside the market, a night food court is set up. After 6 p.m., the road closes. Tables open. It turns into a lively food station. Mekong Delta, river paradise. Mekong Delta, Vietnam's rice barn, fruit garden, fish farm. The Mekong River rises in Tibet, flows 4,350 kilometers, passes through 6 countries, and finally divides into 9 branches in Vietnam before emptying into the sea. That's why the Vietnamese call it Nine Dragon River. The only way to explore the delta is by boat. Motorboats, tour boats on wide rivers. But to see the real delta, you need to get on small kayaks. You pass through narrow canals, palm trees on both sides, mango gardens, floating houses. Kai Rang Floating Market, the Mekong's largest floating market. Every morning, hundreds of boats are here, but it's not like a supermarket. Each boat sells one product: mango boat, pineapple boat, dragon fruit boat. To sell the product, they hang it on a long pole at the front of the boat. This way, what they're selling is clear from afar. Phu Quoc, Vietnam's Pearl Island. In the Gulf of Thailand, 45 kilometers off the coast of southern Vietnam, lies an island that feels like a different world. Phu Quoc, Pearl Island. Vietnam's largest island, at 574 square kilometers, home to 180,000 people and rapidly becoming one of Southeast Asia's most sought-after destinations. For decades, Phu Quoc remained Vietnam's best-kept secret. While millions of tourists flocked to Thailand's islands, Phu Quoc stayed quiet, undeveloped, pristine. But that's changing. In 2012, Phu Quoc International Airport opened. In 2020, the island gained Special Economic Zone status. By 2024, over 5 million tourists were visiting annually. Beaches, a tropical paradise. Phu Quoc boasts some of Asia's most spectacular beaches. Sao Beach, Starfish Beach, on the southeastern coast, consistently ranks among the world's most beautiful beaches. White powder sand so fine it squeaks under your feet. Water so clear you can see fish swimming around your legs. The beach curves gently, lined with palm trees, almost untouched by development. Long Beach, Bai Trung, stretches 20 kilometers along the western coast. This is where you watch the sun set over the Gulf of Thailand, painting the sky in impossible shades of orange and pink. Beach bars and restaurants line the shore, but they're tasteful, low-rise, blending with the natural environment. Pearl farming, island treasure. Phu Quoc's name means rich land, but it could just as easily mean Pearl Island. The waters around Phu Quoc produce some of the world's finest pearls. Since the 1990s, pearl farming has been a major industry here. At pearl farms like Hoi An, you can watch the entire process. Divers bring up oysters that have been growing for 3 to 5 years. Each oyster is carefully opened. If done wrong, the pearl is destroyed. Inside, if you're lucky, a perfect sphere catches the light. Cream-colored, pink-tinged, or rare black pearls. Vin wonders and modern development. Phu Quoc's transformation is nowhere more visible than at Vin Wonders Phu Quoc. Opened in 2019, this massive resort complex includes an amusement park, water park, safari, aquarium, and golf course. The cable car to Hon Ton Island is the world's longest sea-crossing cable car, 7,899 meters over turquoise waters. Critics call it overdevelopment, worry about environmental impact. Supporters say it's bringing jobs and infrastructure to the island. The truth, as always, is complicated. Phu Quoc is racing to develop before it loses what makes it special. The challenge is balancing growth with preservation. Can Phu Quoc become a world-class resort destination without becoming another Phuket or Bali, over-touristed, overdeveloped, losing its soul? The Vietnamese government says yes. They point to strict building height restrictions, protected forest zones, sustainable tourism initiatives. Sunset and reflection. As the sun sets over Long Beach, the sky transforms. Orange bleeds into pink, pink into purple. Fishing boats silhouette against the horizon. A few tourists sit at beach bars, nursing cocktails. Most are just sitting on the sand, watching. Phu Quoc stands at a crossroads. Behind it, decades of quiet island life. Ahead, an uncertain future of rapid development. Will it find balance?
Can an island be both wild and developed, both traditional and modern? One thing is certain, this moment, this version of Phu Quoc won't last. The island is changing faster than anywhere else in Vietnam. Visit now, and you're witnessing a transformation. Come back in 5 years, it will be a different place.
The soul of Vietnam. 3,300 kilometers of coastline, 54 ethnic groups, 4,000 years of history. Vietnam is not a simple country. It's a country full of contradictions, complex, multi-layered. Between its north and south are 1,000 kilometers, but culturally they're like two different worlds. Hanoi is calm, conservative, traditional. Ho Chi Minh is dynamic, open, modern, but both are Vietnam. The Vietnamese people are perhaps the country's greatest wealth. Kind, hospitable, resilient. 1,000 years of Chinese occupation, 100 years of French colony, 20 years of American war. Each time it resisted, each time it stood up. Today, GDP growth is 6-7%. Poverty rate has dropped from 70% to below 5% in the last 20 years. The young generation is Vietnam's future. Educated, ambitious, connected to the world. In Ho Chi Minh City, there are hundreds of technology startups. In Hanoi, international companies are opening regional headquarters. Vietnam is a candidate to become Asia's new tiger. Vietnamese cuisine is a candidate for UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage. Fresh ingredients, balanced flavors, healthy cooking techniques. And most importantly, food isn't just nutrition, it's a social activity. Families eat together, friends chat for hours, business meetings happen over meals. And of course, coffee. Vietnam is second in world coffee production after Brazil. But the Vietnamese way of drinking coffee is unique. Café Trung, egg coffee, Hanoi's invention. Strong coffee, on top a mixture of egg yolk and sweetened milk. Like cream, sweet, strong. The surprise at the first sip, the love at the second sip, the addiction at the third sip. Vietnam is making big investments in the future. Hanoi-Ho Chi Minh high-speed train line is planned. 1,600 kilometers, will take 5 hours. Long Thanh International Airport will open in 2026 with a capacity of 100 million passengers per year. Renewable energy investments are increasing. 2030 goal is 30% of energy from renewable sources. But growth requires a price. Environmental problems, air pollution, plastic waste. The Vietnamese government is implementing aggressive environmental policies, plans to completely ban single-use plastics by 2025. They're replanting mangrove forests, expanding marine protected areas. Tourism sector is booming. 18 million tourists came in 2019, 17 million in 2024, quickly recovered from the pandemic blow. 2030 goal is 50 million tourists per year, but Vietnam doesn't want to repeat the mistakes of mass tourism. Sustainable tourism models are being developed. Care is being taken to preserve cultural heritage. Vietnam is a treasure waiting to be discovered. In every corner, a story. In every dish, a culture. In every person, a lesson. From golden bridges above the clouds to floating markets at sea level, from imperial palaces to street food stalls, from modern skyscrapers to thousand-year-old temples. But perhaps Vietnam's greatest beauty cannot be measured in numbers, in a street vendor's smile, in an artisan's hands, in a child's laughter. Vietnam is not just a place to see, it's an experience to feel, taste, live. Vietnam is calling, ready to be discovered. The only question is, are you ready?